Hey friends, Ash here with Gents. Hope you're doing really well. Today we're going to be taking a look at this fragrance right here, Bentley for Men Silverlake. This is the newest flanker in the Bentley for Men line, and some people say that this smells really similar to a super popular fragrance out there, which we'll get to in a little bit. As always, we're going to take a look at the presentation of this fragrance. I'll break it down, let you know how it smells, let you know where you should pick this up if you want to do so, and let you know whether or not I like it. So let's jump into it. All right guys, let's check out the presentation first and then we'll get into the fragrance. So this one, believe it or not, is a tester. And this is the first time I've ever really seen this. The box looks exactly like the normal box, except it says tester on it. So on the front, you've got the name of the house, name of the fragrance, size and concentration, and tester as well. There's nothing at the top, nothing on the sides, and then on the back, your ingredient information. On the bottom, you've got your batch code, your barcode. And here's the bottle. Again, looks exactly like the normal bottle. Even comes with the cap. Only difference, it says tester right in the middle of the bottle. So with this one, if you don't really care that it says tester, just get the tester. Everything else is the exact same. They're just kind of hitting you with the mark of shame. But as long as that mark of shame doesn't bother you, go for the tester. And this thing is a fingerprint magnet. It's where this handy dandy microfiber cloth comes in handy. Keep it looking fresh. So the bottle here looks the exact same as all the other Bentley for Men bottles, same bottle design. This one has a really interesting silver paint scheme. So it's very reflective. I can see myself looking at the bottle, but you can see right through it as well. So it's both reflective and see-through at the same time. Maybe from afar, it looks like you couldn't see through it very well, but you can really easily. There's nothing on the back. On the bottom is a sticker, your batch code. And then there is your atomizer. And as always, I think it looks kind of weird. Looks like a very tiny little head on a huge body, basically. And I'll go ahead and waste a couple sprays for you guys, as always. There we go. This one you can find for $100 retail at Macy's.com. This is a 100 ml size bottle, so $1 per ml at retail. You can also find this, as of this video anyway, at Fragrance Buy, clean it up again, for between $43 and $46. $43 if you get the tester, $46 if you get the full presentation. So you save a whole $3 by getting the tester. And that's where I got mine. It's also at Fragrance X, but they're charging, I think, somewhere in the $80 range. So a pretty big jump up in price from one to the other with this fragrance. Now I would imagine over time that the price on this is gonna drop because every other fragrance in the Bentley for Men line is right around $30. So I can't imagine that this one is gonna stay at that jacked up price for too long on Fragrance X. I don't think it's on Fragrance Net as of this video, but I don't think it's gonna stay that price. Do me a favor guys, hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed, and hit that bell as well, the notification bell. That way you don't miss any future uploads where I might be reviewing your future favorite fragrance. You don't wanna miss out on that. Or it might be a list or something. Get some knowledge. Let's go ahead and finally talk about the scent. Let's talk about how this smells. I mentioned at the beginning of the video that some people say it smells similar to a very popular fragrance out there, and guess what? It does. It does smell similar to another fragrance out there. It's this one, and this is gonna be the saddest bottle you're ever gonna see. Acqua di Gio Essenza. Look at how much is left in here. That is depressing. Do you see that? I don't even know if that counts as owning the fragrance anymore at that point. So Silverlake does smell similar to Essenza. Not the exact same, but a similar style. This basically took the Acqua di Gio DNA and played around with it. Silverlake opens up fresh, a little bit aquatic, and green. There's lemon and mint in the opening of the fragrance. It's not quite as biting as I was expecting. Like, you're not really getting hit with this tart lemon and this big blast of mint. Like I said, it's a little bit green, a little bit aquatic, it's fresh, just not quite as biting as I thought it would be. It is a little bit brisk though. And at a slight distance, when you first spray this on, that's where you're gonna get that Acqua di Gio feel. So if you spray this on and then you immediately put your nose into it, you're not gonna really pick up any Acqua di Gio. But if you spray it, you kind of let it waft up to your nose, yeah, you're gonna 100% get that Acqua di Gio DNA right away as soon as you spray it on. And where this fragrance takes that Acqua di Gio style of scent and makes it a little bit greener, that's what's gonna tie it in more with Essenza, because Essenza took that Acqua di Gio DNA and then gave it a green edge. Unfortunately, this is now discontinued. It's hard to find and it goes for a pretty good amount of money, which is one of the things that's going to make Silverlake potentially appealing to some people out there. People that are maybe looking to pick something up like Essenza but not pay Essenza prices. Now you got this. As Silverlake settles down, the violet leaf comes out more, you get some clean musks, the lemon fades away, and depending on how you perceive the fragrance at that point, you're either going to think of it as smelling saltier or potentially more powdery. So that just really depends on, I guess, personal perception more than anything else. Because some people that I've had smell this one have picked up more on the powder, and others have said, oh, it smells, salty. So, depends. It does still retain that freshness once it hits the mid. So even though you may pick up a little bit of powder, it's not like a feminine powdery hit or anything like that. It's still fresh. And the violet leaf in the mid sort of reinforces that green scent profile for me. It's not an overly green fragrance, but that violet leaf helps that greenness carry over from the opening into the mid. There are hints of fresh spice throughout the fragrance, but those are always kind of nuances. They're mingling in the background of the fragrance, never really in the foreground. And once you hit the far dry down, it's more so about musk and clean modern woods. And once you do hit that far dry down, the green facet of the fragrance, that's pretty much gone. So that's there in the opening in the mid, not really in the far dry down. It becomes more fuzzy woods, musk, and a little bit of that saltiness from the mid. I still pick that up in the dry down. And even into the dry down, you still do have sort of a remembrance of Acqua di Gio Essenza. If you wanted to tell me that Silverlake is taking Acqua di Gio Essenza and modernizing it a little bit, giving it a twist, I wouldn't really argue with you. Now let's go ahead and touch on the performance here. The longevity, actually really good. 7 to 8 hours, maybe a little bit more, so nothing bad there. And projection for this type of fragrance, above average also. But my God, this thing just, This thing though is one of the biggest fingerprint magnets of all time. For me, just holding it here and talking about it, take a look at this. Yeah, look at that. Oh man. It looks great when it's shined up and sitting on a shelf, and then as soon as you pick it up, it just smudges everywhere, basically like handling a mirror. Anyway, let's talk about when you'd use it. More spring and summer, you could pull it off in fall as well, but more a spring and summertime fragrance. And it's more daytime than nighttime. Again, it's kind of an Acqua di Gio type of scent. So pretty much when you would use Acqua di Gio or Acqua di Gio Essenza, that's when you'd use this. It is office safe. It's a good casual fragrance. You could potentially wear it on a date, but not really what I think of as a date night fragrance off the top of my head. So overall, do I like it? Yeah, actually, I think it's pretty solid. It's grown on me over time. When I first tried this out, I thought it was okay. Didn't really capture my attention. It was just all right. But the more I've worn it, I do think it's solid. That being said, absolutely under no circumstances would I pay retail price for this. I would not pay $100 for it ever. I wouldn't pay $80 for it either. And I think at 45, that's like close to the top end of what I would pay. Not because the scent is lower quality than $45 or even $50 or even $60. It's because this is a Bentley for Men fragrance, and every single other Bentley for Men fragrance you can pick up for about $30. So that means this one's going to drop. Yes, it's the newest, and that's why it's more expensive, but it's gonna drop. So if you really, really, really wanna have it, knock yourself out, pick it up. I don't think you'll be disappointed, but if you can be patient, wait for it, because it's gonna creep down. And I guess just in my hierarchy of Bentley for Men fragrances, this one would be above Azure and below all the other ones. So I would take Bentley for Men Intense over this, Bentley for Men Absolute over this, Bentley for Men Black Edition, Bentley for Men. I would take all 4 of those over Silverlake. With those 4 Bentley fragrances, I just think overall they're better. I mean, it's that simple. They're richer, they're deeper, they're more complex, they've got more going on. And what is funny about that though, is you can go look at those fragrances, those other Bentley for Men fragrances, and pretty much all of them, you can be like, oh, that smells kind of like this, and that smells kind of like this, and that smells kind of like this. So apparently that's something that Bentley for Men likes to do, or the Bentley for Men line, I should say. And now we have this one, which is a little bit like this one. So overall, it's solid. I don't think you'll be disappointed as long as you know what you're getting here. And I would try to target it in that 30 to 35 range, if at all possible. If you want to pick it up now, like I said, go for it. You won't be disappointed, but I think you can still save a bit more. All right guys, it's gonna do it for me. If you have smelled Bentley for Men Silverlake, let me know what you think about it in the comments below. As always, thanks for hanging out with me today. Thanks for all your support. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys later. Stay safe. I already said that, but you better do it.